maintaining your new Lotus shouldn't be any more expensive generally than your typical Celica, that kind of thing. The labor rate where you take the shop might be a little higher just because it's more of usually a specialty shop. But it's pretty straightforward. Lotus says 7,500 miles or 1 year, I believe, for oil changes. At our shop, we recommend 6 months or 5,000 miles. Part of that's because of the potential cam issues, but also it gets the car into the shop a couple times a year just so we can kind of keep an eye on suspension, nuts and bolts, and other things. The brake fluid should be an annually changed thing. If you track it a lot, you may want to step that up even more. Coolants every 4 years. Transmission fluid should be changed as early as possible, even with 500 or 1,000 miles on it. Get the mineral out along with all the sediment from when they cast the transmission parts. Get a good synthetic in there, it'll shift better and just protect the tranny better. The synchros on these hold up really well. Occasionally we see problems with the synchros. Usually that's driver just kind of trying to go through the gears too fast. The main drive belt that drives all the accessories should be replaced every 60,000 miles. Pretty trouble free. The air filter on these, the factory says 30,000 miles, but kind of with the nature of them being in the side vent, all the dust and dirt coming off the front tire goes right up into where the air intake is for the air filter. So we actually do the air filters at 15,000 miles. Brake pads will generally last 30-ish thousand miles. Aggressively, maybe as little as 20. Tires, have good tires on it. Get the car aligned. If it hasn't had a proper alignment on it, get it aligned right away. From the factory, they typically have too much toe in, and they'll wear out the tires in as little as 5,000 or 6,000 miles. With a good alignment, with a near R compound tire like these Dunlops, you should get 30,000 miles out of them. Track days and things will take a little bit of a toll, but not a huge one. The R comps like R888s and the AO48s will generally get at least 25,000 miles out of the tires without track day use. Any other kind of tires generally too hard for the car. There's not enough weight to make them stick. AO48 tires from the factory are good for a couple years. After they heat cycle and they age, they can actually get dangerous in the rain or even in the dry pavement. They've lost their grip, and don't wait for somebody come in front of you where you're in a corner to get on the brakes and have the car come around on you. We've seen quite a few cars wrecked because of AO48s. R888s typically heat cycle a little better. You kind of wear them down to the wear bars without as much of a problem. So don't forget your tires. I hope this has given you some things to look for when in your search for a Lotus. In the future, we will be doing some videos covering different topics, suspension, electrics, engine, transmission, so that once you've got the car purchased, you can maintain it and make some upgrades and kind of have some insight as to what might work best for you. With all the different models of cars that Lotus has put out, early Elans, the Elise and the Exige, the classic Esprit, there's a variety of cars to look for. Most of the cars coming into our shop are the Elise and the Exige. They're well sorted for the track, and we really enjoy that. But taking a lawn out to the on a tour with the Golden Gate Lotus Club, I don't know how it could get any better than that. So street and touring driving, racing, a lot of fun.